Okay, testing. One, two, okay, I'm back. Alright, let's go. Where am I? So I need to get my bearings. Oh yeah. Alright. Well, actually, I'm right where I left off. Awesome. Game actually saved. I want to make the game faster. Shall we gonna make the game faster? Okay, I was told to give power to the tunnel. Okay. But before I do that, I'm gonna go and get some stuff done. Okay, journal, side quest on tomorrow, achieve a coach medicine. I can't do that because I don't have the stuff. I botched. See, I don't want to botch anything. Let's go. Nice water. Ooh, remember the nice ice. Nice cave formation. Maybe I shouldn't be. Never mind. Go Claire, let's go get some stuff. Edgewater. Woman. What are you doing? Ah, there it is.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy. Foreman Granger. Mind those words don't come out of your mouth unless preceded by yes or right away or thank you. Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment. Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill.
Ouch. That's sad. Why didn't you love him? Ah, man.
If you're not familiar with board law, you ought to be. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker. Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable.
That's why you're not supposed to have handguns in your house. You're more likely to shoot yourself than someone else.
Not half as awful as the bill Eugene left us with. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism.
Yeah, I wish suicide was a crime. In today's world, that would actually make people think twice before they do stuff. I mean, yeah, they do.
When one of your workers commits a crime, the entire town pays for it. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice.
Man, I don't think I would want to work for that kind of company. Someone can do something stupid and everybody has to pay.
All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
Okay. Alright. Let's collect some more. Alright, now I come that way. Whee! Jump on. Whee! That is at 20 meters. Oh, this guy again.
Somebody's been running around talking about the Hope. Wonder if that's a new drug of some kind. Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows. Look, I got my gravesite fees right here. See? I'm good for my word. Get me that medicine, and I'll see to your payment.
Yeah, I'll put that aside. I'll collect website fees now.
Oh, I cut my own hair. But Conrad sells real good disinfectant.
What can I do for you?
This guy doesn't have base fees, so that's why I always talk to him before. I'm gonna botch this thing. It's not the best choice because it's Spacer's choice.
Hey, Miss Parvati. Lovely to see you about, Miss Parvati.
Things going all right, Silas?
Been keeping him careful and true, miss. Best to ask her yourself.
My dad's buried here. Silas watches over him when I can't leave the house. Oh. Well, thanks.
Something I can do for you? You run into any trouble? Conrad's barbershop is a yawning pit that swallows his every bit. I keep telling him he should cut a few corners, skimp out on the disinfectant. You gotta put the squeeze on Conrad. Find some dirt on him. Maybe check his back room. That's the word, extortion. Been on the tip of my tongue all day.
Jeez. That was just crazy. Check his back room. We have dead scientists. Oh no, he's killing people. Oh, wait, check. What are we checking for? Bathroom. Where's the bathroom? See a door, but I don't see a way.
What can I do for you?
Okay. Oh, I see. Reception shot himself. This is that. Company going to have to call it for what it is. Destruction of space and George property. Eugene was an asset and somebody has to pay his body price. It's gonna ruin us, so I was thinking that we pound off Steve. Gold teeth, ooh, I've looked at that now. Just now or something. Stick around and find out. Seven chiefs, somewhere nice and quiet. With a face to face, like body price. Look at your eyebrows. Oh yeah. That did it. Look at your eyebrows.
What can I do for you? You know about Eugene? How?
I don't mind you.
You were probably poking around my things. I really shouldn't leave my letters sitting out in the open. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. He took them to his grave. That's unthinkable. Eugene's body and all rare earth minerals contained therein are solely the property of Spacer's choice. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills. Can I?
Are you asking rhetorically? Because if you're being serious... Ugh, gross.
Desperate measures, Miss Holcomb. Desperate measures. I'm going to have to ask Silas to dig up those teeth. It's the only way I'm paying my gravesite fees. I'm sure that I have no other choice. Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU. Eugene was not a suicide. He put a bullet in his brain, yes, but that's largely a technicality. I was the one who prepared Eugene's body for interment. I discovered symptoms of the plague on his corpse, and I discovered medicine in his pocket. Lots of medicine. Eugene overdosed on adrenatime, which is known to cause psychosis and paranoia as possible side effects. The paranoia drove him to take his own life. We can all thank our lucky stars that young Eugene was hopped up on medication and suffered its predictable side effect. I included it all in my official report. I'd like to think I saved Edgewater a great deal of money. We never could have paid the fines associated with a suicide.
Wow. Okay. Cool. Right, that's a little disgusting the way they put these enemies.
Fancy threads. That some kind of hibernation suit? Yeah? What about him? Well, yeah. It's what I'm contractually obligated to do. What's this about?
Should I or should I not?
Yeah. Funny thing, Eugene's body ain't where it's supposed to be. The night we was supposed to commend his body to the earth, I had his grave all dug up and ready, right? And so I thought, I'll just rest my eyes a bit. When I woke up, his body was gone. Spirited away. Vanished. The footprints nearby suggested that Eugene was stolen by marauders. Or he rose from the dead.
Oh, great.
Let me know if you find anything.
We have to go there. I should just make the game faster. What do you think? Should I make the game faster? Alright, oh, this guy. I remember this guy.
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses. You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure you're up to snuff. I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies. That's right. That's what I've been saying. We gotta square our shoulders and stand ever vigilant. Auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power plant. Clattering about, firing at the birds, orchestrating their uprising. When the swarms of mechanicals come clanging on over that hill, where will you be? Cowering beneath your cot? Or standing, shoulder to shoulder with the resistance? I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling.
I should have lied. Why not?
Mechanical repellent! A stroke of inspiration from the law itself. Here, I've been saving up a couple of bits for just such a project. Go on. I'm Ludwig Miller, Associate Security Officer for Transportation. Officially? Unofficially? Strictly between you and me. I am the only thing standing between Edgewater and total annihilation.
Right. Sure.
I've been gathering up a war chest over the years. Saltuna cans, mostly. Some Spacer's Chaw. Few bit cards. I'll reward you for your aid. Enlistment fees? Yeah, I suppose. Wouldn't want to give the Resistance a bad name.
Wow, I'm just doing whatever.
They have sent a scout, prowling around the junkyard just behind our beloved town. This scout must not be permitted to return to its base of operations. Cross it off, then report back. Mechanical's got a weak spot in their midsections. I think the technical term is, the blue glowy square thing.
Okay, blue glowy screen thing. Alright, I'll make sure to do that. Finish this. I can't believe, I can't imagine paying your own gravesite fees. Someone to bury you. I'll probably, definitely not.
Grave digging's a fine profession. Always work to be had, and nary a word of complaint out of your clients. You run into any trouble? Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to. And I'll buy you a drink sometime. Suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another.